This is the official aesthetic body tier list. We'll be ranking all the major muscle groups and their impact on the aesthetics from S tier to D tier. Screw the long intro, let's do this. Finally, we're doing the aesthetic muscle tier list. So, if you guys don't know how our tier list works, we've got the S tier up here, which is gonna be saved for the most aesthetic muscles or the muscles that contribute most to an aesthetic physique, while D, these are muscles you might as well forget about. We have all the main muscle groups of a physique down below, and obviously we've got Leon Edwards modeling all the muscle groups, because if you know anything about my channel, I've shown surveys and polls that show that the athletic physique is the most aesthetic physique. That's why I always say athletic is aesthetic. While with bodybuilders, they're gonna tell you they're the most aesthetic and you need to be massive to build muscle and look good. When in reality, girls find it a turnoff. Anybody who has any social experiences in real life knows this, but they're gonna tell you this, the fitness metrics will tell you to look like a bodybuilder because they're insecure, so they want you to be insecure with them. And right before hopping in, I know you're trying to build your dream physique, your Leon Edwards physique, so why not work with someone who's experienced in this field and who's actually best friends and trained with Leon Edwards, which is me. So if you wanna build your most aesthetic physique in less than 90 days, I'll leave a link in the description to my 90-day aesthetic body blueprint where you work with me to build your aesthetic. Now let's hop right into the aesthetic body tier list. We're obviously gonna start with triceps first. So triceps, a lot of bodybuilders tell you S tier or A tier. Maybe lowest B tier. I'm gonna put it in C tier. I already know a lot of people are screaming at me, but bigger doesn't mean better. When I was a hard gainer growing up, I thought I needed to build my triceps because people are gonna tell you these fun facts that the tricep makes up 4/9 of your arm, which is a cool fact and all, but bigger doesn't always mean better, which is shown by the disgusting bodybuilding physiques you see online. With the tricep, like sure, it's a big muscle, but compared to other parts of the arm, which we'll get into later, it's not as important. There's a reason the saying goes, tris for the guys and curls for the girls. The guys like the size on your triceps, they think it's cool. Girls don't really care that much. When I'm talking about an athletic lean physique, typically that results in like nice veins at least. Just because a muscle's bigger doesn't mean it's necessarily better. The waist being a perfect example. Look at Dustin Poirier looking like SpongeBob with his big waist. It doesn't mean it looks good. And the triceps are kind of similar. If your triceps are bigger than the rest of your body, what I mean by that is if they're bigger than your shoulders or biceps, you're gonna naturally have a more blocky look. I'm not saying don't train your triceps. I'm not saying that you should like prioritize them less in your training. But what I'm saying is don't put them on a pedestal like these other bodybuilders will tell you, because they would put them on A tier probably. But for me, and in aesthetic body tier list, it's the official one, it's gonna go right here into C tier. The triceps are something people don't really notice, while the face is the first thing people notice. So you better take care of it, which is why I'm excited to announce that Teach Handling is sponsoring today's video. They help men start and maintain a skincare routine by simplifying the entire process. Honestly, it's the best skincare system for guys like you and me. I recommend you start with their level 1 system, which comes with all the basics. A daily face wash to get rid of that grime and dirt on your face. A 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of those dead skin cells. An AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin against the sun. And lastly, a PM moisturizer so you can make sure your skin is staying healthy and hydrated throughout the night. My favorite part about Teach Handling is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order, which seriously comes in clutch. They really make the process of achieving and maintaining great skin easy. Their products have made my skin look and feel better than ever, and you don't even just have to take my word for it, because they have over 7,000 5-star reviews from happy customers around the globe. In addition to amazing skin, Teach Handling members get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price, the ability to customize your own box, exclusive monthly deals, which you can pause and cancel at any time, plus free US shipping. And because Teach Handling is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an awesome deal. Just click the first link in the description or the pinned comment to get 30% off your first skincare system plus a free gift. Plus, as a member, you get 20% off for life. By the way, both gifts you're choosing from are $20 in value, and they're real game changers. A silicone body scrubber or a face and nail grooming kit. Personally, I prefer the nail and body grooming kit, as I just feel everyone needs a nice nail clipper, as that's something I was always searching for so long until I got one from Teach Handling. So don't wait any longer. Click the first link in the description to start your skincare journey today. Now moving on to the abs. I think abs are universally known to be S tier. There's a reason why these girls, like these TikTok boys who have no muscle, because the abs can literally carry your physique. When people say abs are made in the kitchen, they are made in the kitchen to a big extent. If you're not lean, you're not gonna have abs. When you have abs, you instantly look like a guy who takes care of themselves. You instantly look like an athlete. Girls thirst over abs. I remember Hamza said, you know, the girls in his high school loved the guys with abs. The guys with abs were the ones that were getting all the girls. The guys who were muscular, they weren't, because it's just that lean look. Abs are what signify that lean look. If you want to build your abs, by the way, I have never been consistent with isolation ab workouts, and my brother made a video on it. There's actually research that shows if you're a trained individual, heavy compound lifts will train your abs. This is what my abs looked like when I first started lifting, and I tried to cut during this period, like a little bit after, and my abs didn't show because I didn't have any ab muscle. This is another reason, other than like the core strength and stability, why I tell people to train standing up and train doing the compound lifts. Because if you train standing up and you do the heavy compound lifts, not these machines, but you do the free weights, you're gonna build abs as almost like a side effect of your normal training. So definitely do those. Abs 100% S tier. Next, I'll do chest. Again, a lot of people overrate the chest because they think it's a big muscle, which I'll get into in a second. I'd say chest is a little better than triceps, so I'm gonna put it in B tier. I feel like maybe if you asked me this question last year, I would have probably switched him and done it like this, but now I feel like it's more like this. The chest, girls like the chest, so we kind of know that, which is the reason why I kind of put it in the B tier. You might be thinking Marios and Simply's talk a lot about girls, but the reason I started lifting was to become more attractive. It improves your life in so many ways, and that's why I do that. If you're a bodybuilder, you're building muscle because you're insecure about yourself, so you want to get bigger. If you're a super stud like myself, like Leon Edwards, you're looking good for your athletic performance and to pull some girls, right? So the girls like the chest. The chest is actually a small muscle. The chest, there are some sources that even say the chest is smaller than the triceps, but some will say the triceps are bigger than the chest. There's a lot of contradiction there. For what I know, the shoulders are actually bigger than the chest is. Because people think of the chest as one muscle instead of like a left and right side, like you treat the shoulder, which is important to know. So that's why the shoulder actually ends up being bigger than chest. The only thing that knocks the chest down is that it doesn't add much to the V taper. Sure, it makes you look good from the front, but from the side, it's not gonna add any width. If you wanna have an aesthetic physique, you need the V taper. With girls, you need to have the hourglass shape. That's what we're subconsciously attracted to. For an aesthetic physique, girls are attracted to the V taper, which I should have probably mentioned earlier. The chest doesn't add much to the V taper physique like other muscles do, which is the only reason why it kind of goes into B tier, and then it is a smaller muscle. For me, honestly, I've noticed that if you don't have abs, your chest looks like shit. This is why Leon Edwards' chest here looks incredible, because his abs are insane. The abs kind of carry the chest in my opinion. I'm sure that's the first time you ever heard it, but it's just the truth. Chest B tier. Obliques. If you listen to Sam Selleck, and all these other bodybuilders who might tell you that if you train your obliques, you'll get like a really wide waist, it's gonna make you look unaesthetic. They're gonna put it in B tier. But me, I'm actually putting it in S tier. Look at Leon Edwards' obliques. So you have like two spectrums of waist. You have the really tiny waist that makes you look weak, and you have the massive waist that just makes you look blocky. If you have a small waist naturally, if you have muscular obliques, then it makes your waist look aesthetic as hell, because it doesn't look weak, it looks strong but small, and that's what Leon Edwards is. I mean, look at these obliques right here. Freaking crazy. And this is a guy who trains rotation for a living, get his waist and get bigger. That should say something. Don't be afraid to train your obliques. And in a normal bodybuilding routine, you don't train rotation at all. So it's important to train rotation so you can develop those obliques. If you just do MMA, for example, you're gonna develop your obliques by just like rotating a lot, but you still should do work in the gym with rotations, not only for your power's sake and just getting strong. The obliques are part of the core, so you wanna have a strong core, so you need to be able to rotate, but also to have these nice chiseled obliques here that Leon Edwards has. It's an S tier for sure in my opinion. So neck, if you listen to Hamza and Jeff Nipples, they're gonna tell you it's A tier because they over exaggerate the neck. For me, I'm gonna put neck in, I'll put neck in C tier. Having a good neck and not a pencil neck helps. Like I developed my neck from this to this, not even doing isolation neck exercises, just growing as a person, growing my testosterone, increasing my testosterone rather, and just doing compound lifts where I can feel my neck having to stabilize. That's how my neck grew. But if you think big necks, which a lot of people think are super aesthetic, look at these two bodybuilders right here. David Lade looks way more aesthetic than his buddy, his Gymshark buddy, because the Gymshark guy has a massive neck that makes his physique go from like kind of like an aesthetic bodybuilder look to just a blocky look. It's overdeveloped and it looks terrible. And I just think that because neck would be B tier, but because it's overrated as hell, I'm putting it in C tier. Just don't have a pencil neck, and you don't even have to isolate your neck. Again, I'm talking about aesthetics, not athletics. If I was an athletic dude, yeah, I might do some stabilization work on my neck, which would obviously upgrade neck if it was an athletic tier list. Drop a like, by the way, and let me know if you want to see an athletic muscle tier list next. In terms of aesthetics, I'm putting neck in C. I think a lot of you guys would disagree with that. Honestly, my tier list, my rules, right? Now, I'm gonna put hamstrings. If it was a girl, it'd be S tier, but for guy, I'm gonna put it in C tier as well. You're probably wondering, Mario, why didn't you put Leon Edwards hamstrings and Leon Edwards glutes? Well, because believe it or not, I am not like these bodybuilders are gonna tell you I am. I like Leon Edwards as a friend. I'm into girls. So that's why I'm gonna put girls as the hamstrings and glutes. Anyways, glutes is C. Nice glutes, or nice, my bad, hamstrings is C. Nice hamstrings look good, but it's not gonna make or break your physique. You should have them. If it's an athletic tier list, it's gonna be higher up, but for this aesthetic tier list, it's gonna be in C tier just because it doesn't add much. But it's best bud, which the best bud of the hamstrings or the glutes. For girls, again, it would be S tier. For guys, it's A tier. Girls actually find the glutes as one of the most attractive muscles in dudes. Yet guys will tell me, hip thrusts are super sus, I don't wanna do them. It's like you should be thrusting multiple times a week anyways. You probably wanna be, so why not don't just save it for the bedroom cardio stuff, do it in the gym as well with your hip thrust. It's A tier, it also helps your athletics a ton. Girls find the glutes attractive in a dude. That's why you need your glutes. It's A tier for sure. And then calves, if you know anything about the channel, if you're actually knowledgeable of just like real life, is D tier. Why do I have to say it when this girl says it best?
What's up, my guys? You already know how much I hate gym bros. They scare the hell out of me. So today I wanted to honor their successes in the gym and talk about the most overrated men's muscles. Number 1, calves. I don't understand why you even focus on them. Large calves make you look short and stubby. I'm getting Napoleon complex vibes.
Why build your calves is gonna make you look shorter? Believe it or not, your most aesthetic physique is the physique you have that makes you the tallest. If you start training your calves, you might as well take off 2 inches off your height. I'm just gonna tell you guys how it is. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. You're taking 2 inches off of your height. Why do that? Sure, you need to train your calves like in a compound lifts, which comes with your legs and stuff. In terms of trying to isolate them for aesthetic purposes, it's really needless and it's gonna destroy your physique. I'm gonna make a video that goes over why calves are actually very genetic and why high calves or small calves are gonna help you with athleticism. It's just the facts. A lot of people will say I'm just like coping when they don't know anything about strength and conditioning, so they don't know how the stretch reflex works. Let me not go off on a tangent. Calves 100% D tier. If there was an F tier, I would put calves in F tier. Why train it? It's needless. I have lean calves by just lifting weights and doing sports. That's all you need to have good calves. And not gonna lie, no one really cares about your calves anyways. It's just a dude bodybuilder thing that you care about your calves. Forearms. Forearms is actually gonna be A tier. My forearms are actually one of my most complimented muscles that I have because they're just lean, toned, and vascular. That's what you need. You don't want these lumberjack forearms. You don't need those. That just makes you, again, look blocky. But when you have a lean, vascular forearms, that's what makes you look aesthetic. The triceps don't even get close to giving you a leaner looking physique like the forearms do. The forearms, when they're developed, are one of the most aesthetic muscles on the body. And again, the vascularity, girls like those vascular forearms, you wanna put that 100% in A tier. Now shoulders. I don't really even need to say much. Shoulders are 100% S tier. Shoulders are, with the back, which I'll get into next, I guess, are the two muscles that contribute most to the width of your physique. The wider your V taper is, to an extent, the better your V taper is gonna look. A lot of bodybuilders like to take the V taper out of proportion and think that the V taper, if it's bigger, it's better. Well, obviously in moderation, but if you're not blasting gear and if you're doing athletic bodybuilding in the gym, you're just gonna try and put on size, as much size as possible, doing athletic bodybuilding, then you will maximize your shoulder to waist ratio or your V taper. The shoulders make you look bigger from the side and the front, which is massive. People don't realize how important that is. And the shoulders are the most important part of your arm. I've gotten some hate from bodybuilders who think they're smart and they'll be like, Mario says that shoulders are part of the arm. Well, I'm not sorry that I address the arm in anatomical terms and not these stupid bodybuilder terms. which like another stupid bodybuilder term is they say that the chest has 3 heads when any anatomy book will tell you it has 2. Yes, it is the most important part of your arm. If you want to build your arms, just hit your shoulders. That's why in my push days, in my 90-day aesthetic body blueprint, I hit the shoulders before the chest, because for aesthetics, it's way more important. And the shoulders have to be one of your most dominant parts of your physique to look aesthetic. I promise you. If it's lagging behind your chest or like your triceps or biceps, it's gonna make you look naturally blocky. Ask KSI, who has an overdeveloped chest and nothing else. Shoulders, 100% S tier. Back, same way. I actually put back behind shoulders just because the shoulders also make you look powerful from the side. But if you ask girls typically what's the muscle they like the most, they're gonna tell you the back because it gives you the width. It makes, when they hug you, right, they wanna struggle at least a little bit, okay? That's what they want. When it comes to like nice lats, I mean, those boost your physique so much. It gives you that V taper. Look at Leon right there. Perfect V taper. I like girls, by the way, just a reminder, even though I just was weird with Leon's back, but really awesome V taper. That's what you want. Back 100% S tier. Upper traps. This is coming from me, by the way. I'm gonna put upper traps as a C tier. I know I have big upper traps, but it kind of ruins the aesthetic of your physique. It makes you look a little blocky. So that's why I tell people not to isolate your upper traps with shrugs. I just do deadlifts and mine grow a lot, but honestly my insertion point of my traps is very high on my neck, which is why they look so massive. Honestly, you don't want massive upper traps. It's gonna ruin your aesthetics a little bit. If you just deadlift, they'll look good. But having developed upper traps make you look more masculine. It gives you like a bigger neck kind of feel. It's almost like with the neck, where you want it to be developed but not massive to where it just makes you look blocky. So yeah, C tier for upper traps. Biceps, I'm gonna put it B tier. I'm actually putting it ahead of chest. Biceps, they say curls for the girls for a reason. The peak, your bicep peak is honestly a huge dub. If you're like me, I have very long bicep peaks, which is fine, right? At that point, you just want meat on your biceps. A lot of these athletic looking dudes have long biceps. Very few people have like that bicep insertion where you have an incredible peak. That's overrated as hell. You just want developed biceps and a bicep vein. That is one of those milestones for lifters for a reason, because it looks freaking cool. Biceps is gonna be in B tier. I know I'm the only guy in the world, I'm sure, who put biceps over triceps, but it's the honest truth. Biceps over triceps all day, just because of the vascularity, because I don't judge muscles based on their size, but what they actually look like and contribute to that lean, athletic, aesthetic physique. Last muscle, quads. I'm gonna put it in A tier. Let me reorganize this. I'm gonna put it like that. Quads are pretty important because they make you look athletic, because athletes have great quads.
Look at the legs. That's why.
If you don't have big quads and developed all these S tier muscles, you're still gonna look kind of funny. You need them to be developed. When it comes to guys, I mean, honestly, girls might like glutes more than like the quads, but from like a general perspective, quads are gonna look way more important. They look cool when they're developed, and they don't make you look weird, which literally might bump it from like C tier to A tier in my opinion. Yeah, this is the correct order. I'm actually gonna put shoulders number 1, abs number 2, back 3, obliques 4. I know I have 4 muscles in S tier, but they're just super important. And a reminder, the only way you can build this physique is by hitting the gym, but you shouldn't be using protein powder. Recently, I went into a video exposing protein powder and why you shouldn't be taking it.